What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And by the title, you can already tell that this is going to be a non-Godzilla related figure review. What are we going to be reviewing? Well, we are going to be reviewing the Marvel Select Lizard figure. Now, this is what is left of the box. The box was just, your normal plastic cartridge, and everything here. I'm keeping this part of the box just because this was the part of the box I wanted to keep. Got all the info and stuff there on the back, picture of the figure plus other figures in the line. Very awesome picture of the lizard right here. And of course you got the, nameplate and all that stuff. And then you also have more lizard art around the rim, so I just wanted to save this part of the box. And so yeah, I just got rid of all that other clear plastic as much as I could, and pretty much saved all the cool parts of the box. You even get a nice picture of Wolverine punching the lizard right down there in the corner. I don't know how well that's going to show up. But yeah, I just pretty much wanted to keep this part of the box. I really love that picture right there. That is just awesome. So even though we know the lizard's history and everything like that, I'm just going to go over it all real quick since they have it here on the back before we get to the figure. So, when Professor Curt Connors lost his right arm in an accident, he decided to put his brilliant mind to the task of replacing it. Studying reptiles that could regenerate lost limbs, Connors cracked the serum that would shift his genetic code closer to that of a lizard. The serum worked, but only too well. Not only did Connors regrow his arm, he grew a tail and scales as well, taking on the physical appearance and cold-blooded nature of a giant lizard. Once Peter Parker's favorite teacher, Connors is now one of Spider-Man's deadliest foes, plotting the extinction of humanity and the rise of a new breed of reptile. This lizard figure includes an alleyway display base sculpted by Gabriel Marquez. So let's get on to the figure. The lizard is probably my favorite Marvel character, period. I mean, my favorite superhero from Marvel is Spider-Man, but if I had to pick someone else other than Spider-Man, it'd be his villain, the Lizard. I just love the Lizard. He's my favorite Marvel character, period. He's just awesome. And just getting straight onto, well, let's talk about, let's start off with his accessory first before we go into the figure, just because the accessory is pretty plain and simple. Comes up with a beaten up, wall, that's, of course it's just a segment of a brick wall, and then you get a nice base with the main to a sewer, so that's nice to be included, but, there's no peg holes or anything, so, I mean, you can pretty much set the lizard on here in any pose you like. You can have him grabbing onto the wall or whatnot. Pretty much, you can get a lot of nice poses out of him with this display base. So a very nice alleyway, brick wall, sewer display base thingy. So anyway, let's get on to the figure. The design is fantastic. I love the design. It gives him that classic lizard feel. I did not like the design from the new film that came out 2 years ago, a year ago. I can't remember now. The reboot to Spider-Man. I did not like the way they did the lizard. I was excited that the lizard was going to be in this film from seeing the trailers and everything like that. I was like, okay, he looks pretty cool. But then when we saw the film, I didn't like the way the face looked. I didn't like the way he looked, period. He just didn't, he was the lizard, but at the same time he wasn't to me. I just did not like that design of the lizard at all in the new film. They should have went, classic. They should have went reptile-ish face, elongated, snout a little bit. I mean, they should have just went full-on classic lizard, That's the problem with some movies nowadays. They try to throw realism into it to try to, see what they would look like if this was a real situation. Kind of like, what they did with the Batman Dark Knight films. It's like, let's try to see if we can make Batman, if Batman was real, this is the way it kind of would be. But it's like, in the end, it's like, you're still making a movie based off of a comic book or a comic series. Why do you need to throw realism into it? Don't do it. Keep it comic book, keep it original. X-Men's doing it. X-Men hasn't thrown anything that would be realism into it at all. X-Men is still going strong. Cannot wait for Days of Future Past. Anyway, okay, enough talking. Let's get straight on into this figure. The detail and paint job is just great. I mean, you got his purple, pants in there. You got a darkish, blackish, grayish shirt. A very nice white lab coat. Very nice green and scale texture look all the way around. His eyes are straight up nice, evil, bright yellow. Pinkish red inside the mouth. Very nice paint job on the teeth. Teeth are very nicely etched in there. Claws are darker green, but still point out very nice on the figure. Tail is very nicely curved and whatnot. The lab coat isn't torn up all that much, which is actually pretty nice. I mean, it would be nice if it had a few tears, here and there. But it's kind of just torn up here at the arms, where, his lizard arms come out and whatnot. And the pants are torn up. Those are kind of like the only torn up pieces on his clothing. But a very nice, very nice tongue. And just very nice detail and paint job all the way around with this figure. I am totally blown away and very impressed. And what more can I say about it? It's just simply very nice. They got all the wrinkles and stuff in his lab coat are very nicely sculpted. Moving on to articulation, we'll start with the head. There is no jaw articulation, of course, because his tongue sticks out. So there's no jaw articulation. But his head can look up there a little bit. You can get a little up and down action with the head. And he can look side to side ever so slightly. Just enough to get some nice poses out of him. His arms, rotate and pivot at the shoulders, and everything like that. Very nice, shoulder articulation. Elbows both, have a joint and everything like that. You can swivel them, around like that, and you can bend them. Can't get a full 90-degree bend out of them, but you can get enough of a bend out of them. Wrists can rotate and joint, rotate and swivel, I guess. You can rotate them in any way possible. You can have them like, yeah, come get me, Spider-Man, let's do this, or just ready to rah, So very nice there. He does have a waist joint. Of course, you got to get in there around his lab coat to try to move it, but he does have a waist joint. Legs here at the the hip areas, can pivot outwards and forwards to a certain extent. Not too much. It is kind of limited. You have to work the joints a little bit. This guy is brand new. I just got him today, so his joints are still a little stiff. Double jointed knees, which are very nice. Ankles do pivot and have a little bit of a movement joint in there. And the tail is just a solid piece. The tail does not have any articulation whatsoever in it, except all the way, where it connects to his ass. And, his tail can sway from side to side like that. So, I mean, that way you can kind of help with the poses and everything like that. But the tail has no, like, up, down, side, all that kind of movement. It just kind of has that one joint right there that goes, side to side. But a very nice range of articulation for this figure. I am not disappointed in it at all. Let's see if I can get him just in a little bit of a better pose there. Wow, there we go. So as simple as that, and he's in a pose. His foot's kind of pivoted up off the ground a little bit, but hey, it's close enough. But, very nice range of articulation out there. Otherwise, without, no mouth articulation. The tail only has the 1 point. But other than that, great range of articulation on this guy. Not a disappointment whatsoever. Let's get on to scaling. Now, I don't have any Marvel action figures to scale with. I only have some DC figures to scale him with. So let's actually scale him with Killer Croc, which is actually, if you think about it, the DC lizard. So the DC Comics lizard. So Killer Croc is immensely bigger. Of course, this is the Arkham City Deluxe figure of Killer Croc from the video game. If you have not seen his review, go check it out. I did a review on this guy not too long ago. But very nice scaling. Actually, this would be a pretty cool team-up now that I'm looking at it. I would actually love to see this team-up of Cross Universes. Killer Croc is my favorite DC Universe, villain from Batman other than Two-Face. And my favorite Marvel character, the Lizard, these two teaming up, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so there's the size scaling between the Lizard and Killer Croc. Alright, let's get him out of the way. Next up, we will size him up with the DC Comics New 52 figure, Aquaman. Sizes up very well, actually. I think this is actually good size representation. I believe Spider-Man would be in the same size scaling. Spider-Man would be around the same height. The Lizard's just a touch taller. But, oops, he's trying to attack Aquaman. He doesn't like him very much, obviously. But very nice sizing scaling there. Aquaman is my favorite DC comic superhero. This would be another kind of a cool team-up of cross-universes for me that I would enjoy very much. The Lizard teaming up with Aquaman, that'd be pretty cool. If you have not seen my review of this guy, go check it out. I also did a review of him. So a very nice sizing there between Aquaman and the Lizard. Next up, we will size him up with the DC Comics Black Adam New 52 figure that I have. Of course, I have to help Black Adam stand since his cape kind of weighs him back, whatnot. Very nice sizing here between these two figures. Same as Aquaman, pretty much. You know, whoop, Lizard's going to take a fall on me now. His leg slipped out there. And I got something in my eye. Alright. So, very nice sizing between these two guys. Not a disappointment whatsoever. Dang it, Lizard, stand up. Quit falling your leg out from underneath you. Anyway, you guys get the picture. Stay. So that's about it for that sizing with Black Adam. And now, that about sums up this review, you guys. The Lizard, very cool figure. Let me get his base in here. Very cool figure. Not a disappointment whatsoever. I highly recommend you pick him up. This is the Marvel Select the Lizard figure. And, yeah, awesome figure in my opinion. I can't wait to, hunt down more Lizard stuff. I don't know why I don't have more stuff of him since he is my favorite Marvel character. Makes no sense why I don't have more stuff of him. Anyway, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Like always, please comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.